Live on YouTube is Chero Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray, and I am live on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to have this platform and so many others. Tonight, I am so happy that you guys are tuning in because I am going to tell you how to create and sell NFTs for free. Okay, so let's get right into it. First of all, I like to define what we're talking about. So just for a little recall, yesterday's video we talked about NFTs. What was an NFT? It's a non-fungible token. And what is that? An NFT could be a photo, a basketball, a musical album, something that has unique quality and designs that belong to one owner that cannot be duplicated. Okay, so remember that an NFT is not sold or transferred in itself. It can't be duplicated. It belongs to the original owner. Okay, so that's what an NFT is, a non-fungible token. That means it's unique. It's a unique token, and it is on a blockchain. And what a blockchain is the place that your NFT's information is stored, the value of it. Who does it belong to? So it cannot be stolen. So remember that. An NFT is a non-fungible token that is placed on a blockchain. This blockchain is the place where your NFT's information is stored. Your unique NFT is stored. Okay, now we're going to introduce a few new terms today, and a few new term is EHT wallet. EHT wallet. So what is an EHT wallet? An EHT wallet is a free open source interface that stores your tokens and other digital assets information. It's the platform that the information is stored. Okay, it's the platform that your digital assets are stored on. The EHT platform is where the EHT information and tokens are stored on. That is your EHT wallet. So it gives you that information. All right. So you also have a second term, and your second term is OpenSea. OpenSea is an American online non-fungible marketplace in New York, and it's founded by Devin Fencer and Alex Attila in 2017. So that's the marketplace. It's an online marketplace, and this is where your non-fungible tokens are on this marketplace. Okay, now so let's get into it. How to create and sell NFTs for free. First, you need to connect to an EHT wallet to an OpenSea. So remember, we just said that the ETH wallet is the free open source interface that sends and stores token and other digital information on its platform. So you need to connect. This is number one. You got to do this first. You got to connect a ETH wallet to the OpenSea. And what is the OpenSea? The American Online Marketplace. That's first. Okay. First, you need to connect your wallet to a marketplace. Second, you need to create an OpenSea collection. What is an OpenSea collection? Well, those where your fungible tokens are, your artwork, your album, what is your collection? What is your non-fungible token? What is it? Then you are going to set up the OpenSea collection. And the way you set your OpenSea collection is describing step 2. What is my non-fungible token saying? What is it? Okay, what is my collections? What do I have here? Okay, now number 4, you are going to pick the correct blockchain. Remember that we said the blockchain is the place where your NFTs information is stored. That's where your NFTs information is stored. So pick the correct blockchain for your type of collection, your open sea collection, okay? And that's SEA, open SEA collection. Now, after you pick the correct blockchain, begin minting NFTs. That means you have your NFT, you have your block collection, begin to mint it. That means put it up there, mint it on your collection on the open sea. It's connected to your wallet. And 6, profit. Number 6 is where you see your profit. So this is just simply how to create and sell NFTs for free. This is legit. It works if you follow these guidelines, if you follow these instructions. So I'm not saying it's going to just be super easy, but it's not difficult. Now I'm going to repeat that just in a summary. How to create and sell NFTs for free. The first thing you're going to do is connect to your ETH wallet to an OpenSea. You're going to create an OpenSea collection. Then you're going to set up the OpenSea collection. Then you're going to pick the correct blockchain. Then you're going to begin to mint your NFTs, and then what? Profit. Those are the 6 steps to how to create and sell NFTs for free. Those of you who watch the video about NFTs, what they are, definitely share this video, like and subscribe. This is great content. This information is good for all of us. We're going into a new era, so I just want to define some of the terms and give you guys some options for passive income, okay, or just great income, in all. So those of you who are not going to see this video live, because I haven't been scheduling my videos, when you see this video, because I'm going to tag it and share it to all of my friends and families and subscribers. Thank you for all of my subscribers. Thank you for everyone, every like. I really appreciate you. This is a new channel. It's not easy doing a YouTube channel. So I definitely want to get up the subscribers. Definitely wanted to get up the likes. Now, tonight, read that those of you have been waiting on is a book called Soon. This book is about procrastination. This book was written by Andrew Santella, and it's about Charles Darwin and a few people who procrastinated earlier on in their life. So yesterday's read, I'm going to read a little bit of yesterday's read just for those of you who are new to the nightly story read. I am going to read a little bit of yesterday's read so you guys can catch up what is going on in the read. Okay, he did tell his friends what he was thinking. We're talking about Charles Darwin. And he did write a brief summary of his new theory, which he called a considerable step in science. He was writing. But he kept this locked away alongside his metal claps notebooks. With it, he placed instructions that his work would be published only after his death. So he was saying that in this paragraph, not yet anyway, he told his friends what he was thinking and what his ideas was, but he said that he would do this after death. Okay, when you don't find the support in your friends, it's not your friends, it's the support that you need to find in yourself. Regardless of what's going on around you or what are you doing, we tend to have procrastination and blame it on others. Now, it wasn't like Darwin was idle during this time. He married and started a family. He moved to a house in the country. He stayed back angrily busy at his writing. He produced volumes of coral reef and volcanic islands and a five-part work called The Zoology of the Voyage of HMS Beagle for a periodical called The Gardener's Chronicle. He wrote on some decredibly not world changing topics: how to grow fruit trees from seedlings, for example, and the advantages of using wire rope for well buckets. And from 1846 to 1854, Darwin was almost obsessively engaged in dissecting and describing barnacles. Darwin devoted whole years to barnacles. He became a barnacle enthusiast. Some might say he teetered on the brink of barnacle obsession. He hunched over a custom made barnacle microscope all day, surrounded by specimens of barnacles picked in alcohol, trying to understand the immense variety and mystery of barnacle doom. He referred to them as my beloved barnacles. One of his friends said Darwin had barnacles on the brain. Darwin spent so long studying barnacles that his children grew up thinking that all fathers lived like this. On a visit to a friend's home, one of Darwin's young kids in, is supposed to have asked, "But where does your father do his barnacles?" The barnacles and other matters kept Darwin so busy that it wasn't that on a visit to a friend home, one of Darwin's young kids is supposed to have asked, "But where does your father do his barnacles?" The barnacles and other matters kept Darwin so busy that it wasn't until 1859 that he finally published The Origin of Species. Wow. It took him all the way to 1859. The immensely consequential book that articulated the theory that he had first sketched out in his notebooks more than 20 years later, when he was old and eminent. Darwin himself confessed that he was puzzled by the delay between the formulation of his ideas, their publication in book form. Some have called the interval the long wait. So it seems to me that Darwin took time out, though, to have a family and build barnacles. So maybe he just chose the choice, made the decision to have a family and to provide for that family. And maybe it came to a time to where it was time for him to talk about his writings. So why did Darwin wait so long to let the world know what he had figured out? Why did he put off sharing what he knew to be momentarily significant scientific advance? This is the question that preoccupies biographers, historians of science, and anyone interested in the odd ways, otherwise rational people, even, as in Darwin's case. A lot of explanations have been offered for Darwin's delay. To begin, there was the very momentous of his work. Darwin knew as well as anyone that his book would have a voluntary impact on science and suspected that it would upend the quiet life he had made for himself in the country. It would be easy to understand the ambience about such a prospect. Darwin was also the product of a pious Christianity, and though he moved away from faith, he remained the husband of a believer who worried about her husband's eternal soul. And the loyal son of the devout father, Darwin worried about upsetting the old man. Removing the hand of God from the process of species creation, as his book clearly did, would not have been a step to be taken lightly. Then there was his perfectionism. Darwin, like any good scientist, was methodical and thorough. See the rows of cabinets full of barnacles to be examined. In Darwin's orderly mind, his decades-long delay would have seemed justified as the due diligence of a scientist who wanted to be sure he got the most important work out of his life right. So there was always one more experiment to run, one more resource to check. And even when he did publish, he insisted on calling his epilogical book an abstract, as if to apologize in advance should anyone find it incomplete. Or is it that Darwin at first just didn't want to be bothered with publishing? In the parlor at Down House, his home 15 miles outside of London, there was a piano, and in the long hallway, cupboards to hold tennis rackets and hiking boots, notebooks, and all of the equipment to make British country life livable. There was a billboard room. There was gardens. My life goes on like clockwork, and I am fixed on the spot where I shall end it. He wrote to a friend, sounding like a man completely uninterested in upending his daily routine, let alone all the intellectual history. Clockwork was right. Every day started with a walk out into the countryside before first light. Every lunch was preceded by a walk around the gardens with the family dog. In between, and maybe most important, there was work. The little researches he loved. There was barnacles. In fact, what you see when you begin to look in Darwin's delay is just how busy he kept himself during the time when he was not publishing The Origin of the Species. Darwin could never really be still, not even in his quiet country retreat, not even when he was putting off his hugely coincidental work. Idleness seems to have been hateful to him. What was needed was a project, any project, earthworms, barnacles, orchards, whatever. He kept at these projects like the world depended on it, even though most of the world couldn't have cared less about Darwin's barnacles. Even Darwin later admitted that he might have overdone it a bit with the barnacles. I doubt whether the work was worth the consumption of so much time. He conceded in his autobiography, Darwin spent 20 years doing everything but the thing that he must have known really was required of him. Publishing his world changing book about natural selection. In this sense, much of his biography can be read as a story of misspent energies. So, besides being a prolific scientist, was Darwin also a procrastinator? To answer that question, it helps understand that procrastination has little to do with laziness. Not everyone gets this distinction. Bill Wilson, the man who founded Alcoholics Anonymous, once called procrastination sloth in 5 syllables. Wilson was right only about the word being a bit of a mouthful, compounded from 2 Latin roots, pro meaning forward and cras meaning tomorrow. Now I'm going to repeat that for you. Pro meaning forward and crass meaning tomorrow. It takes its time getting to the point, approximately enough. But Wilson was wrong about the sloth. Procrastinators can keep admiringly busy even while they're avoiding their work or what they need to be doing. Darwin may have been strangely reticent about his new theory, but he can't be called slothful. Again, for evidence, consider the barnacles. The humorist Robert Beneckley came closer to the truth in his essay, How to Get Things Done, which articulates one of the most basic rules of procrastination. Anyone can do any amount of work provided it isn't the work he's supposed to be doing at the moment. Mm. Benchley's rule applies to all of us, not just epocally influential scientists. My apartment is always the cleanest, my files most precisely reordered, the fridge most thoroughly cleared of moldering leftovers. When I'm under the most pressing deadlines at work, when it's most crucial I get something done, I become heroically determined to do just about anything but that thing. Darwin is remembered because he was brilliant and diligent and tireless. But it is his delay that makes him so accessible to us, so human. He reminds us of the naughtiness of human motivations. We all have our list of things. We should do things we must do, and yet we find them some reason to not do them. In this way, we can all claim some kinship with Darwin. We all have barnacles. Okay, that concludes the read for today. We're going to pick up tomorrow. I see some of you did chime in. I see some of you, I see one person didn't like the video. Comment and let me know why you didn't like the video, or if that was just a mistake or something like that. We want to hear your comments and concerns. All right, it's Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray. The name of this book is called Soon Andrew Santella, and it's about procrastination, and it's about Charles Darwin, how he took 25 years to give the world some information that he could have given 20 years ago. But to me, it seemed that he took the time out to move out into the country and build barnacles and have a wife and a child and a family and enjoy his friends. So you guys let me know what you feel about the book, about tonight's read. Let me know if you are challenging procrastination. I know I do. I just agree with the book. None of us like to do what we are supposed to do. That doesn't mean that we're lazy. That just means that we don't get into the business of doing what we're supposed to be doing, because I guess it just seems difficult to do. So that is procrastination. So we're going to continue this read tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Share this video. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell so you can get more good story reads and more good content about how to create and do your own NFTs for free. This information is fact. How to create and sell NFTs for free. Okay. And there's a lot of other good content on my channel. Tune into my channel. Go over to the DET Hip Hop Awards channel. Those are you into music and entertainment. That Michigan merch over on Facebook. Those of you that have legal battles, definitely hit up blacklegaldefensematters.com. blacklegaldefensematters.com, so that you can get those legal matters definitely taken care of. All right, it's Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray, and thank you for joining in, and until next time.